The BGT squad for the India Australia Test Series for the Indian team has been announced, and there are some notable omissions and some eye catching inclusions in the squad as well. Firstly, we need to think that and keep in mind that India is going into this series having lost the home series to New Zealand. It was a dramatic result with one test still to go. So India will go into the Australian series quite low on confidence. Of course, if they do win their next test match against New Zealand, which is going to be played at Mumbai on the 1st of November, they might get some more confidence, which they badly need, especially their batters and senior pros like Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. Let me first take you through the Indian squad for the BGT trophy, which is going to be played in November to December 2024-2025. Rohit Sharma is the captain, Yashasvi Jaiswal, Sarfaraz Khan, Rishabh Pant, Shubman Gill, Abhimanyu Ishwaran, Dhruv Jurel, Virat Kohli, KL Rahul. This particular set of players form the core of India's batting plus the wicket keepers that they have. In the all-rounders category, we have Ravichandran Ashwin, Ravindra Jadeja, Nitish Kumar Reddy, and Washington Sundar. While in the fast bowlers, we have Jasprit Bumrah, Akashdeep, Harshit Rana, Mohammad Siraj, and Prasidh Krishna. So as we saw in the all-rounders category, the three spinners are Ravichandran Ashwin, Ravindra Jadeja, and Washington Sundar. Now, the good thing about this squad is that this squad has tried to have cover for every category of players. They have an extra opener in the form of Abhimanyu Ishwaran, who in all probability might end up playing the first test match, since news is that Rohit Sharma would probably be missing out on the first test match in Perth. They do have Sarfraz Khan and KL Rahul in the middle order, so they will have to choose between the two. In the second test match, we had Sarfraz Khan, who was chosen ahead of KL Rahul against New Zealand, and it will be interesting to see what they do in the third test match. Whatever they do in the third test match with their batting might end up giving some sort of sign as to what they're going to do in Australia. Looking at the current form of both Sarfraz Khan and KL Rahul and the fact that KL Rahul was dropped for the second test match, it would be more than likely that Sarfraz Khan would retain his place for the test match against New Zealand. And if he does well there, he would probably start in the playing 11 in place of KL Rahul when the BGT trophy starts on the 22nd of November in Perth. In all rounders, I am a little disappointed with the fact that Kuldeep Yadav has not got the nod in. Of course, there are news about his injury, his groin injury, so probably that is why he has missed out. And I do feel that Kuldeep Yadav could have been a better spinner if you go choice, if you go man to man with Washington Sundar. Although Washington Sundar did perform well, he picked up 7 wickets in the test match against New Zealand, but I still feel on wickets that don't offer a lot of turn and or a lot of assistance to spinners, a wrist spinner would be a much better option than having a finger spinner. It has been noted that Ravindra Jadeja has been the lead spinner for India in overseas conditions, not because of his spin bowling as much as because of his batting. He lends solidity in the middle order, and he has some good results in his performances and his batting in the last few years, especially in overseas conditions. It will be interesting to see whether they will play Ashwin in the Test series at any point of time. Remember, in the last BGT Trophy, R. Ashwin did play along with Jadeja in the first three Test matches. Um, he was injured in the last Test match, so he couldn't play. But it'll be interesting to see whether India will go in with two spinners as they went last time, or will they try to lend some solidity to the batting and have more fast bowlers. Well, if you look at fast bowlers, Nitish Kumar Reddy, who is an all-rounder, a seeming all-rounder, is an eye-catching inclusion. Remember, Shardul Thakur in the last few years has been the preferred seam bowling all-rounder for India ever since Hardik Pandya has been injured. However, with Shardul Thakur not in the mix anymore, Nitish Kumar Reddy, who has performed decently well in recent domestic games, including the Duleep Trophy that happened, is a good choice. I would say that Nitish Kumar Reddy would probably get the look in at number 7, and it will give them solidity because they will have to play a minimum of 3 fast bowlers. And that probably rules out the case of India picking up a second spinner, at least for test matches in Perth and Brisbane, where it is supposed to assist the pitches are supposed to assist the faster bowlers more. A second spinner might definitely come into the picture in places like Adelaide and the SCG, where usually visiting teams do play two spinners. If you look at the faster bowlers, India are a little bit thin on that aspect, with only Jasprit Bumrah being the most experienced bowler. They have Harshit Rana, Prasidh Krishna, Akashdeep, and Mohammad Siraj, who has looked off color in recent times. And remember, he was dropped in the Test match against New Zealand. If you look at the fast bowling group here, we are missing Mohammad Shami, who is injured. It's still to be seen whether he would probably be considered at any point of time closer to when the series starts, if he is able to recover and play some Ranji Trophy games before he can be looked into consideration for the BGT series. But as of now, he is out of contention. These are the five fast bowlers that we are going in with. And I believe that the two fast bowlers who would probably start would be Jasprit Bumrah and Akashdeep. I am really keen to look at Prasidh Krishna because of the height that he has and the bouncy wickets that the Australian pitches offer. He would be probably more than a handful. However, he's yet to show his promise at the international level, having played a handful of tests and ODIs. So it'll be interesting to see whether Prasidh Krishna will get a look in. I do believe that he is going to be one of the key performers for India if he does play. The other concern for India is, and a massive concern, is India's batting. It has flopped against New Zealand. The senior batters have not delivered, and they have not delivered since quite some time. If you look at Virat Kohli's record in the last 4 years, it is abysmal to say the least. Yes, his average in 2023 was about 55, but that was because of two innings that he played against Australia where he made 186, and then against West Indies where he scored a century. But apart from that, it's been a dry run of patch for Virat Kohli for quite some time. And just because of the fact that he is Virat Kohli, I believe that he is in the team. I believe he is in the last legs of his career, and the fact that he does like the bouncier pitches would probably give him some relief, having been tormented by spinners. And I'm looking forward to Virat Kohli performing well in Australia. He does definitely likes the bounce and the carry that the pitch offers, which helps batters, especially like Virat Kohli, who like the ball to come onto the bat to really play well off the back foot as well as off the front foot. Having said that, Indian batting, the openers, Rohit Sharma needs to get his act together. He has not performed in Test for quite some time. Yashasvi Jaiswal is one of the very few Indian batters who has looked good in the series against New Zealand, and we hope that he continues this form against Australia. It will be his second big Test in a Sena country after his performances in South Africa flattered to deceive. He was not up to the mark there, and definitely the likes of Pat Cummins, Josh Hazelwood, and Mitchell Stark would test his technique, especially off the back foot. Having said that, the other batters in the lineup, including Shubman Gill and Sarfraz Khan, need to get their act together as well after not so inspiring performances in the Test series against New Zealand. Yes, Sarfraz Khan did score that 150, but apart from that, he has looked pretty ordinary, getting out, trying to play on the rise. And Shubman Gill, again, a talented batter, but not being consistent enough. Yes, he had a good series against England early in the day and against Bangladesh. So it's not that he is coming off a very long run of lean scores, but he definitely will be someone whom India will bank on in the Test series against Australia. Remember, he scored a majestic 91 in that final Test match of the previous BGT Trophy at the Gabba, where India won the series, and he was a major contributor with 91. Having said that, he also needs to tighten his technique, especially against spin. He doesn't have much of a problem against off spinners, so probably Nathan Lyon would not be able to trouble him much. However, Australia would do probably well to have a left arm spinner, but that is for them to decide. Looking at Australian lineup, I feel they are still looking for an opener in from domestic cricket. David Warner did say, as he does off and on, that he's available, he's ready for selection. That's what he in fact said for Champions Trophy as well, and that was not to be. And Australia has a problem with their openers because apart from Usman Khwaja, they are looking at domestic players like Matt Renshaw, who has played Test cricket, Marcus Harris, who has also played Test cricket, and a few other openers, but they still haven't zeroed in on anyone yet. It's going to be a huge series for Steve Smith and Manas Labuschagne, who both in recent times haven't performed as consistently as they would like to. And remember, this is the last series probably for the Australian pace troika of Pat Cummins, Mitchell Stark, and Josh Hazelwood. They haven't won the BGT trophy since 2015. In fact, Pat Cummins has never been a part of a winning BGT series, so that gives him extra motivation. And as a captain, he would be keen to get one up on Rohit Sharma after the disappointing result of the 2023 Test series in India. So Australia also has a few question marks on them, but the biggest question marks probably will be on India. It'll be interesting to see whether India goes into that series having lost the New Zealand series at home 3-0 or 2-1. Because if it happens 3-0, I think it's going to be a huge, huge setback for the Indian team. My prediction for the BGT trophy, I think Australia would probably win it 4-1. What do you say? Please write in the comment section. I hope you've liked this video. Take care. Bye.